George Kilpatrick, inspiration for the nation, celebrating people we feel good about. But we got a celebration. Yes, indeed. February 8th marked the 115th anniversary of Scouting, and we have two individuals here to help us understand Scouting in the year 2025. They got a big Scout Power dinner coming up in May with a very, very special keynote speaker, which we'll get to in just a few moments. But let's first of all meet Ed Theetge. He's the Scout Executive and CEO, and he, of course, is serving many counties. He'll tell us about all of those. Also, Bryce Muthumbi is a junior at C.W. Baker High School in Baldwinsville, and he's joining us just before he goes to his Scout meetings. So let me just start with you, Bryce. Welcome both of you to the program. And you don't mind, Ed, if I start with the Scout, right? Right.
As well you should. As well you should.
So talk to me, Bryce, about your work in Scouting. You've been in Scouting for most of your life. What have you learned, and why has Scouting been so important to you?
Well, scouting, I think, has helped me with like leadership roles and working with others. Because the whole thing is teamwork, right? And I do a lot of sports and activities outside of it too, so that translates to a lot of stuff. And then that also works in the adult world, the real world, right? When you work in business and stuff like that.
Now, I understand that you have 26 merit badges. Are you kidding me?
No, 26.
And what did you do to get those merit badges?
It's really a simple process. I mean, some are more difficult than others, but really they have a workbook. You work through it, do a lot of it's paperwork, but you got to learn something, demonstrate that you learned, and then they give it to you pretty much.
Because you're doing that. And you, again, you've been in many leadership positions within the organization, but you've got a goal as well. What is your goal?
As far as scouting goes, or
Yes,
just overall?
yes. Well, and overall, we want to. I mean, you're a junior, so you got some aspirations as well. We want you're a well-rounded young man, and you're in a leadership position. Let's talk about what your goals are in scouting, and then what are your goals in general?
Well, as far as scouting goes, I'm a life scout, and I only need two more merit badges to get my Eagle rank. So I'm knocking on the door. I'm just waiting to get those done.
That is awesome. And I also know that you do some work in the community. Describe some of the things that you do in the community that certainly contributed to some of the merit badges that you earned.
Well, we every year my troop does we we make care packages for soldiers overseas at Christmas time, and we send them over with the help of the Corporal Kyle Snyder Foundation. So that's always nice to send a little bit of home to them.
Hmm. And how does it feel to be making that sort of an impact to our soldiers who are protecting the freedoms of this country?
It feels great because they do so much for us. It's really nice to be able to at least return a fraction of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Ed, I know your heart is full. If that's the best description I can give, when you see leadership on display like this, and what Scouting does for young people in our community.
Oh, absolutely. That's the best thing. Part of scouting is watching young men step into leadership roles like that and giving back to the community. I think the main thing that everybody kind of still thinks about scouts is they help little old ladies across the street.
Yeah.
So it's all about helping and having young men like Bryce that are stepping up and doing that. And it's not just young men anymore. So it's young ladies too. So it's a huge being able to see them make big difference in their community.
Now, there's still such a thing as Scouts Honor and how do you still do that? And
Yep.
so can somebody show? Do it? Right. And of course, we know that a few years ago, Scouting underwent a name change to become Scouting America. Tell me, let's update those who don't know that happened.
Sure. So actually, it becomes official on our birthday, which is February 8th. So it is
Right, right.
official, but we have
Yeah.
spent the last year basically in the process of changing our name to Scouting America, which is to reflect the fact that we do have young ladies and women in our program. They can have the same experiences and the same opportunities as young men in our program. And it's not about trying to be more inclusive. It's just we want to give young ladies that like to start fires and tie knots and be cool leaders an opportunity to do it just like young men do. So that's really what we're doing.
And it also could be more inclusive, right? I
And
mean,
that as well too. So
I feel like we're so like careful, but let's just be what, look, we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity. And I think, Bryce, you can speak to that. Isn't that important?
Yeah, no, I'm happy that, we live in a country, or even just that my family had the opportunity to even put me through the program, because I feel like it's done a lot for me.
And so Ed, with the 115, by the time people see this, it already happened. So happy anniversary, right?
thank you.
So that people can know when you said February 8th, it already passed. But here's the thing. 115 years, and this will be commemorated, or it was commemorated all around the country. How exciting was that?
So it's super exciting. Across the whole country, there's lots of landmarks that are making themselves red, white, and blue. Right here in Syracuse, the JMA Dome is red, white, and blue currently, and it's going to be that way for a full week. So they're recognizing scouting that way. It's very much a huge thing for us to celebrate 115 years. There's very few organizations that reach out and help young people that last 115 years. So it's a small group, and we're proud to be part of it.
And so, just let's reiterate. So, you're over so many different troops, many different counties. Let's break it down. How do people get involved, and what are the counties that you cover?
So Longhouse Council, it covers Cayuga, Onondaga, Oswego, Jefferson, Lewis, and the largest county in all of New York State, St. Lawrence. So we cover a lot of territory. In all of those counties, in every one of those major towns in each of those counties, there are units that meet different nights. And it's really easy to just reach out to our website, which is cnyscouts.org, and we can help you find a place to go. There's also beascout.org, also helps folks to sign up. And we have several units that we're starting just in the city that we're trying to really put a lot of effort in to really reach out to everybody, because we believe this program should be for everybody. Anybody who really wants to get some leadership skills and learn some really great stuff, it's for them, and it's a big deal.
And so, for the volunteers who are adults, what training do they have to go through?
So we have a very robust what we call youth protection training. It very much tells you what's appropriate to do when we're working with youth. Just like this call, Bryce could not be on this call with just you or just me, but since the two of us here, we have two adults here, and I'm sure his father is standing in the background too as
Over
well.
there.
That's one of those things. We recognize that we need to make sure these things are as safe as possible, both in the digital world and in the physical world. We do a lot of safeguards, and we have lots of training that help people understand that. And then we also have a lot of training about how to, instill leadership in young people and how to be, very capable in the outdoors. So we have a lot of training that we offer. Some of it costs a couple bucks. Most of it is something you can get for free because it's online, or it's just a simple show up at a meeting and get something.
So, to be a troop leader, you do have to obviously, have passed certain levels of certification, because you got to be able to teach how to tie that knot,
Yes.
right? And do the things. And Bryce, certainly these are some of the things that you've learned.
Yeah, no, because just through the ranks, everyone learns, how to tie knots, which kind of a secret. I'm not that great at knots, so it was a while ago.
And I know that let's talk about the big deal, right? The scouting, the Longhouse Council has held its blank power. We're going to call it Scout Power Dinner, right? Uh,
Yes.
with and previously a different name, Boy Power. You used to hold it in the dome, and guess what's happening in 2025 on the 115th anniversary? Ed,
We're back in the dome. We left the dome almost 24 years ago, and we're back. And it's a big deal. And we're super excited to be holding our Scout Power event at the dome. It's super exciting.
and what else is super exciting about that day? We got a special guest coming on board.
Yes, we have. So on May 7th, we're going to have Mike Tirico of sports broadcasting fame is going to be our guest speaker to be there. And we are honoring the Chancellor, Kent Severud, Syracuse University, as our distinguished citizen. And the event is chaired by Joni Mahoney. So it's an all-star cast of folks that are going to be part of our Scout Power event, which is on May 7th at the Dome. So we're super excited.
What's interesting is that both Joni and the Chancellor can just walk out of their offices and next door to the dome
Yes.
because it's right there. Well, it's a very exciting event, May 7th at the JMA Wireless Dome, and it's an opportunity for the community to celebrate all that is happening in scouting. And you did also say that you're trying to get you're supporting some new troops here in the city of Syracuse. And so, what do you need for that to be successful?
So we need to always need volunteers. That's one of the biggest things is getting some folks that are willing to volunteer to help us out. But part of our Scout Power event, we are changing the focus a little bit to be very much a lot of the fundraising that we do. So we do like a coin sale. The
Mhm.
coin sale is going to be directly attributed to supporting outreach in the city for scouting. So, if somebody comes to the dinner and buys a coin, we have a whole bunch of different types of coins. That is going to directly support scouting in the city and help us really get some units going.
All right, Bryce, you want to see people come to the dome. What's your pitch to them?
Oh man, it's a great event. I mean, I've been going since I was like 11 years old, like every year, and it's awesome to see like all the people who come to support us, like as a group. It's amazing, and yeah, it's a really great event. Everyone should try their best to make it out there.
And what age, Ed, are you recruiting for young people? What's the age limit?
So we started at 5 years old or kindergarten, and we go all the way till 18. Obviously, if you join at 18, you don't have much time to get anything done, but
Right.
you can join at 18 and have some fun. So, but yeah, it's 5 to 18 is what we work for, and it's if you can get in anywhere in that time frame, you can have some good skills that you're going to learn and have lots of fun. So.
All right, Ed, how do people find out about supporting the Scout Power Dinner and the efforts in the city of Syracuse?
Yeah. So once again, our website is cnyscouts.org. And once you get to that landing page, you'll see a whole bunch of other buttons that say Scout Power or Scouting in the City or Joint Scouting. And you can just click on any of those and they take you right where you need to go.
So is it just nyscouts.org?
No, C as in Central New York, CNY dot
Yeah.
scout.
I'm glad you said that because we missed the C the first time you said
Yeah.
it. That's why I said it again.
Right. No, I appreciate that.
C
So yeah, Central New York, cnyscouts.org.
cnyscouts.org. Find out all about the Scout Power Dinner, Scouting USA, and Longhouse Council. And Bryce Muthumbi is a junior at C.W. Baker High School in Baldwinsville, and he's itching to get to his meeting. So, Bryce, any final thoughts you want to leave with our listeners?
No, just scouting is a really great program, and yeah, I feel like if I hadn't participated, that I would be lacking a lot of even like social and like workplace things that I would need in the future. And I think it's done a lot for me. And yeah, thank you for having me on.
I appreciate that, Bryce. And speaking of your future, have you thought about what you would like to do in your life?
Well, my goal right now is I'd like to go to school for and play football,
Uh-huh.
and I'd like to get a degree somewhere in the business realm.
Okay. All right. So we're going to wish you luck with all of that. And if you want to see Bryce succeed right now, cnyscouts.org is the website to find out about the May 7th Scout Power Dinner at the JMA Wireless Dome featuring Mike Tirico and honoring Chancellor of Syracuse University, Kent Severwood, chaired by Joni Mahoney, the president and CEO of the SUNY Upstate College of Environmental Science and Forestry. Mike Muthumbi at Theetge. Thank you so much for being on
Thank you.
Influence for the Nation.
Thank you.
Scout Power. Let's do the thing. I can't really do it, but do it.
Honor.
Okay. Inspiration for the nation.